Hello, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Today, we're talking about your year of 2026 and some of the big themes that you want to pay attention to in the overview video. We'll be here for 20 to 30 minutes. And this is not the biggest thing I've done. I've got 2+ hour videos for your sign that are also available if you'd like to grab them. I kept the sale price active right now throughout January, and that's the December sale price. Check it out below my description box. You can get your individual sign, 2 hours plus a PDF guidebook, 2+ hours for the whole year ahead, as well as the All Signs bundle. Share with friends and family. Listen for Sun, Moon, and Rising. You get the gist. Let's get going. And that's a fundraiser. It's in the description box. I'd love for you to get it. Time your best 2026. All right, guys, like it's one of those days. I am telling you that you're going to like it in 2026. One thing is that you're very lucky. Jupiter is doing a lot on your behalf. Right now, he's in your house of your body and your being and your character if you're a Cancer rising, your home and nest and emotions if you're a Cancer moon, and if you're a Cancer sun, the sun is representing your career and purpose. He's supporting that as well. And he's been doing that since last June, and he continues to do that to the end of the year. And then he moves on to help you with your money. And in fact, the way this year is going to go is there's a lot of things going on with relationships, beginnings, endings, new and rare. We have some travel to foreign lands for some of you. We have a career mastery that's being thrust upon you to really level up in your work, career, and profession, or whatever you do in life, whether you're retired or not. And we also have the energy of this lucky money story that wants to unfold for you in the year ahead. So one thing we're going to do is we're going to start with this graphic that I've created for you, and you're going to be able to do a screenshot. And basically, it's the thumbnail of the video. And why you would do that is because you can have it as a handy tool for your own looking atness. So you can look at it. So let me go ahead and bring it up for you and screenshot it and maybe put it on your phone or device, or just print it out, because then you'll remember what the hell's going on in the year ahead. So what she's doing now is she's digging up the picture from the back end and making it big and passing it on to you guys, because I just downloaded it. Downloading and lifting and opening. And no, that's not it. That's not the one. Your paragraph 19. There we are. Okay. Come on over. Come on over to the other side. Let me share and we'll talk about it. And then we're going to go ahead and do the breakdown of the time of the year ahead. Yeah. All right. So these are the themes of 2026: money, luck increases, rare love shifts, career mastery, and foreign travel. And not all of these will be true. This is general bell curve astrology. This is not a personal reading, but for a lot of Cancer rising, sun and moon, especially rising and sun, these will tend to be accurate forecasts. And so we're going to break it into the big 4 themes that you're seeing here. And I'm going to go through the why of it. I'm not going to try to spin the astrology wheel for the year ahead. That's a pain in the ass. Rather, I'm just going to talk to you about what I'm seeing. So let's go going. Shall we do that? Number 1. We have this energy of Jupiter, as I already introduced, and he's been blessing your first house, and that could have put a little weight on, or you got more muscular, you got pregnant, or you just got girthier for you Cancer risings, or he tried to bump your career, Cancer sun, or your home life and your emotional okayness for you Cancer moon people. And that started last June, but he bumped into a square Jupiter from where he set in your Cancer sky to Aries, where Saturn was. And that makes it a very gnarly vibe last year. And you might not have said, what Jupiter's blessings? I don't feel Jupiter's blessings. What are you talking about? All right. Well, first of all, Jupiter gives you what you need and not what you want. So that's the other problem with Jupiter. He's not always just saying, yeah, you ask, you get, right? He's not like he's not like a waiter at the restaurant. He's got wisdom, truth, and knowledge. So you want something, but he'll give it to you if and when it's the true and right and the wise thing for you to receive in life. So there's a caveat, but nonetheless, with Jupiter moving through Cancer, there may be a sense here that you're witnessing or observing or looking at life through the lens of hope and optimism and half full cup, and a little more generosity towards those around you, a little more leaderful energy, a little more magnanimousness around how you operate in the world, because Jupiter's filtering through you. But at the very same time, Jupiter here is also protective of your body, and your health, but he has the same, a terrible habit of inflaming things too, making them bigger. So you get like a head cold and it becomes the flu or whatever. Things can be intensified as well, but he still does protect you in some way. So we have that backdrop story that's very important. And he's going to be moving through your sign until June the 30th. So you still have Jupiter juice at your disposal until June the 30th. And then you don't get it back for 12 whole years. So I want you to compare to the last time this happened, which was June 13th to July 14th of 2000, June of 2013 to July of 2014. Jupiter went through your sign. Okay. It's always different. We have different placements like Saturn in our Aries squaring things from your career house, right? Which is why things might have felt gnarly and not quite right last year. As well, on July of 2001 to August of 2002, we also had this transit. So there's another time you can look back to and say, yeah, like that was kind of, I felt more lucky, expansive. Maybe I got pregnant. Maybe I was generous. You had these experiences with Jupiter moving through your sign every 12 years. Now, Jupiter is exalted here. So he really is going over the top to support you. All right. You and Elon Musk, he's a Cancer rising. So you guys are all in the same boat. Okay. So consider that fun little tidbit for you. As we move away from that story, we're going to talk about Jupiter moving into your second house, June 30th, which is a money house. But before I do, I'm going to talk about international travel opportunities or book publishing deals or academic opportunities, because as Jupiter moves through your sign, until June 30th this year, he's still moving there. He keeps talking to the North Node in your ninth house of higher education, court and legal matters, foreign land travel, especially with Rahu. It really pushes you to go off and have a foreign adventure. And you'll be able to do a foreign adventure if you want, anytime till June 30th. But Jupiter will move direct on March the 3rd. So things like academic success, getting applications in or receiving responses for colleges and campuses, getting a book publishing deal, more likely to occur March 11th to June the 30th, because we want Jupiter in direct motion. In retrograde, he's kind of pulling back and deepening the bounty because he's going inward to look at what are the things that you really want, that he wisdomly thinks is good for you in your sign. Well, he witnesses the North Node moving through of fate and destiny, moving through your ninth house. Now, your ninth house is where eclipses happen. And you've been having North Node eclipses there all through 2025. Like it started way back in September of 24. North Node eclipses in that part of your sky keep telling you it might be there might be great opportunities in the world of publishing, traveling, even some of you moving to another country from the one you're living in. I'm going to get the date of the last eclipse. Hang on. There's one last Pisces eclipse coming through the sky this year. Hang on. Got to pick that piece of paper up and check out that date. Okay. Got it. So we are going to finish up with a lunar eclipse in your ninth house on August the 28th. Partial, but it is there. And so I want you to know that the last time we have eclipses in that part of your sky where maybe there's academic and book publishing and travel opportunities, et cetera, podcasting opportunities, and that's going to kind of close out by the end of this year. The most mojo and momentum, I think, for you is when Jupiter is still in your sign. So you get the most a turbocharged energy from all of that until March the 30th. And indeed, the last eclipse that's occurring on the axis of your ninth house and third house will be the Virgo eclipse. And it's going to occur on exactamente March the 3rd. Lunar eclipse, total 12 degrees of Virgo. That's your third house of writing, traveling, communicating, teaching, learning. So all these themes are coming to a completion. The best luck is Jupiter, March the 11th to June the 30th. How do you use that? Send your book to an agent, try to get a publishing deal, book that trip abroad, get that legal course done, finish your book, whatever you're doing on the communicating, publishing, traveling axis. You're going to have a lot of juice there. March 3rd until June 30th. So we covered the travel and the other things. We covered the idea of, well, and one more piece of information would be there's a thing called Dharma. Like, what's your purpose in life? Where are you meant to be? What's the thing you're meant to do? Like, where are you going to lean into a sense of purpose? And that's where the North Node has been traveling. So Jupiter is participating in a way to give you the knowledge and wisdom to really find a purposeful life direction, especially when it comes to career. And there's a reason, and that is that Lord Saturn is doing something similar. So you've had Lord Saturn. Now we're going to talk about that career stuff because it's in my list of things on my thumbnail. You know, you've had that career energy going. And by the way, no, well, I don't want to confuse you. So let's stick with this. So you've had this energy of the Saturn moving since 2023 through the ninth Dharmic house, the Dharma house. Now, this is a house that could have put you in a role because there's ninth house roles, hand of the king, assistant, executive assistant, or whatever. Sometimes people, or coach, guide, or mentor. You could have played coach, guide, mentor, administrative assistant, hand of the king roles since 2023 as Saturn moved through, like advising those in power, as Saturn moved through your ninth house, but that's completing. That's no longer the case. And Saturn tested the waters there last summer. He left that part of your sky and was going through Aries as a test run in the Aries sky and the test run of a new story of your 10th house of career and mastery. I want you to go back to the dates that he was testing that water, which would have been, or that fire sign, which would have been March the 30th to, no, that's not it. Would have been May the 24th to September 1st. So May 24th to September 1st in 2025, Saturn went into your first house, unfortunately squared Jupiter at some point. And so it made it complicated, a little bit of like a gridlock there, delay. But you kind of already know that something's going to change when it comes to your professional endeavors. You already sense it. You were sensing it back, June, July, and August last summer. You got a vibe. And you know that you want to take the Saturnian energy as it went through the Dharma house, right? And you're really leaned into where you can be authoritative and masterful and purposeful and have meaning in your life. And if you wanted to get a book publishing deal, then you might have tried. It could have been hard, or it could have been you got a traditional publisher, but because this is a book publishing house, the ninth house. But now Saturn leaves that place and he comes into the 10th house, and he's going to be there for 3 whole years. Okay, he's going to arrive in your 10th house on February 14th or so and leave sometime in 2028. I think it's late April. And all said and done, that's going to put you in a new place in life. And if you already have talents and gifts and ways you wish to express your career, then he becomes the Lord of patience, persistence, and authority. And you're going to take your sweet ass time, because you know that good things mature over time. You're going to take a little bit of risk and adventure, and you're going to act a little bit more youthful than he normally does because he is in Aries, a sign of his fall. You have to be careful for impatience. I think the thing that you might experience is a desire to move into masterful, perseverant, and disciplined expression of career. And with Neptune coming in there as well, maybe in communicating through storytelling, filmography, videography platforms, mystical, magical, enlightenment stuff, connecting to the artistic and more creative side of career. And as Saturn is going through that part of your sky, and he's in his fall, I think he tends to be like a toddler having a hissy fit when things aren't moving along at a pace that he would prefer. Now, Saturn's ultimately the god of endurance and patience, right? Perseverance in the marathon run, but in a sign of bold, daring, and reckless energy that wants to move fast. So watch out for the impatience in 2026 as he moves through the first decan or so of Aries in your 10th house. And he'll be there all of 27 and into 28. But I've seen this with many people. 2 things happen. One, you think to yourself, I'm going to hit the top of my mountain and then I'm going to quit. Because what happens is you're going to spend 3 years working really hard to be successful at a very precise apex goal or ambition. And also that same thing can lead you to peaking at the top of that mountain by 2028 and then saying, now what's my next mountain to climb? Go down to the valley, find a new goal. So I want you to know that if you are working on some career path that you want to excel in, to have authoritative and masterful outcomes because you know you've got your game on here, then this is going to be this window of time. This is where you want to use this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about and you don't even think what your career is, Saturn will guide you. Saturn will begin to show you what your career is. But if you're sort of on the confused side and you're like, career schmear, I don't know what I want to do, I'm all lost in space here. When Jupiter moves into your second house, like July 1st-ish, and stays there till July of 2027, while communing with Saturn in your 10th house, game on. Game on. That's when you know where it is you can prosper and make money while you are masterful and authoritative. Both things are true. We're going to add another element in a minute, which means some of you will be getting ready to leave something that you're already thinking you're doing quite well at. But because Jupiter and the South Node will be telling you midsummer through to midsummer of 27, it's time to leave. You will probably leave, but you will also prosper because of it. So sometimes we get in a comfort zone, and we all do, not just you, but especially Cancers, like your cozy comfort zone of, the things that are protected and safe. You're not a natural necessarily risk taker, although you are cardinal. And all of a sudden the sky's like, we want you to release a type of earnings, a way of making money, so that you can prosper even more. And so I would say that you'll be knowing what that might be, after June 30th through to July of 2027. So I don't think you need to rush on that story. Now, part of what's bringing in this letting go of a certain type of resource or income or money, most of it can be career money. The operating principle is the eclipses. The eclipses are activating a new story in your chart. Now, let's talk about eclipses just for a minute, because this is where we get to the money luck, money change stuff that's in the graphic, as well as the career mastery. It's like every 18 and a half years, eclipses will return to the same part of the sky that they've been in the same way that they were, North Node in one sign, South Node in the other. So back in 1989 to 1991, we went through a series of eclipses through the Aquarius and Leo axis, which were just like the ones we're going to have in 2026 and 2027. Those eclipses involve the South Node moving through Leo in your money, earnings, possessions, and resources house. Well, the North Node is moving through your chunky money house, which often has to do with inheritances, spousal support, divorce, separations, money from a sale of a property can happen here, chunks of money, money from royalty, income, and ad revenue, especially if you're book publishing, because some of you look like you could line up a deal there. It's because it's shared money with others, money from your in-laws as well. So that kind of money is possibly going to increase, in 26 and 27. Did it increase in 1989 to 1991? Did money also increase in that chunky money way as you let go of one form of income in some way? In 2008 and 2009, those calendar years also involved those same eclipse cycles. Now, because the South Node is literally kind of like with Jupiter, so the South Node at the end of July enters your money house, but Jupiter is already there greeting the South Node. The sense is that you're divinely protected because Jupiter is a Hail Mary pass in these, that's a football term for like a miracle win that seems like a stretch. Jupiter will save the day on all things money, resources, and possessions, home, car, money, resources, food, shelter, water. You're protected. No matter how bad you think your life is, you got this. Okay. So you got the divine protection of Jupiter who softens the South Node of let go, surrender, and release. So there's a combination of money tempering here, right? And it can be because the second house often will connect you to 6 and 10, which are career, material, work, prosperity, job stuff, and to Arthur trine. A lot of you might really begin to think about where you need to let go. Take your foot off the darn gas pedal in what we call work and earnings and money making and job stuff, because something else wants to happen that's a lot easier, a lot more like, here's a chunk of money. Why don't you just enjoy your life and take some time off? But at the same time, you're trying to focus on career mastery. So I don't think anyone's just going to walk away from any kind of career. Right? But you're going to walk away from the way the money comes in the way you make the money through your career. Jupiter brings money luck when he's in the second house. Some people are born with that. I am. But also, he also brings protection and he also brings increase. So he's trying to increase your earnings while the South Node is letting go of some part of the way you make the money. So a lot of us don't make money in only one way. You know, we have many sources of income or financial gain coming to us. And so something might leave, but better things are coming in 2026 and into 2027. This is not a short story, you know, it goes bleeding out through time here. Second house, eighth house eclipses are coming through your sky with the first eclipse on February 17th in your eighth house. This is a solar eclipse and it will be total and it will include Mars. Now, because Mars is a malefic in the house of inheritances and the house of death, and there is a total solar eclipse, it may indicate, and I'm not going to try to scare you, but it could mean the passing of a father figure or a significant male figure in your life that leads to a chunk of money coming to you. Yes, like an inheritance of some sort, a bequeathment, something like that, an insurance payout. I just have to tell you how I see it. That story will be in play, right? What I just described to you until the end of 27. But that first eclipse that we're having, kaboom, it also is going to activate the ninth house, which is legal and court cases. So some of you might even just be looking at a chunk of money through legal and court matters or book publishing deals. Right. Or maybe book publishing deals. I don't know. Could be. See, the sun is a ruler in Aquarius of your Leo second house of money. So there's definitely a money reboot here. There's something trying to change. It's pretty dramatic. It's a total solar eclipse at 28 degrees of Aquarius. Clearly, Leo, sun, moon, and risings, and your ascendant sun or moon is near 25 to 29 degrees of Aquarius. It's quite the kaboom for you, but don't worry about it. Eclipses are like, there's no steering wheel on this merry-go-round. There's no steering wheel on this roller coaster. It literally is the fated destined stories that you've agreed as a soul to participate in while you're in the life. It's like the life lesson plans. And every 18 months, we have new life lesson plans that we go through. And this for you is mostly a money lesson plan. All right. Money and career. One thing I can say is that if you are going to engage in legal matters connected to money, and that can be, or publishing matters connected to money, that could be very successful. And by legal, I mean, sometimes we have to go to court to get money from some situation. And you will be favored by Jupiter through to the middle of the year, more so to succeed in those kinds of matters. But there's still a quality of the sky that suggests the possibility here of sustained luck around courts till the end of the year. Also, looking at your chart, Jupiter rules the house of your job and your health. And as he moves through your second house, he's going to help improve your health through changes that are wise and knowledgeable in your dietary habits and styles to increase your vitality and life force energy. He's also going to be able to open up doors of opportunity for new jobs that you are really excited about. So we're talking about you doing the new job vibe July, basically through to July of 27, one whole year. But that whole thing is also, you know, any health challenges that your vitality is impeded, especially if anything involves hips and mobility or digestion. These are areas of vulnerability for you. And so your microbiome, your digestive tract, your stomach, your mammary glands, your hips, I'm going Sag and Cancer on you. This is where you can really make some big shifts here into dietary habits that change your life. Like someone goes gluten-free and realizes that's the problem. You know, you're going to have like simple knowledge that allows to surrender, release, South Node, let go of something that you're ingesting or eating or whatever that really doesn't work for you. Finally, rare love shifts are coming in here, and that's particularly connected to the cosmic reset, the triple conjunction that happens in early January, and it's going to reset your marriage house. Well, at the same time, Venus in October will reset your romance house. The combination of a romantic reset in the fall with a reset earlier in the year in the marriage house indicates changes in relational status. And it's rare. It takes you back to 1994 and 1995. So you have to go all the way back in a time travel capsule to see how some of that changed for you in the marriage house, in the relationship to audience, client, and marketplace at your seventh house. But you didn't get the Venus connection, or did you? She probably did star point in Scorpio in the fall. So the whole thing is opening up. The 94, 95, she did. A kind of repeat and rinse. If you are in a relationship and you want to conceive a baby, this could be a good signal that 26, 27 could bring that. There's a reset button that has 2 layers. Mars is resetting in your seventh house. Unfortunately, that can be difficult for ending or severing an existing relationship. I'm sorry. It will be a 2-year unfoldment, and it starts in January of this year. If you're single and Venus and the cosmic lovers are co-joining in your 7th house, oh, so sexy. Well, that could bring you a new relationship, and you're more likely to see it in the first year by the end of 26, thanks to Venus having a shorter time span to deliver the goods. But it can also still unfold over 2 years. That single Cancers looking for love might find that happening in the 7th, and it doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. It could be that one relationship's ending and another one's coming in because she's resetting in the romance house, in the dating house, house 5. Well, there's a major hammer hitting down on the marriage house. So there's I'll leave this marriage and I'll move in with my lover. Things could be really kind of fluid here. If you're an artist, a creative, or an entrepreneur, Venus's reset will be somewhat, let's reboot the way you do all of those things, your creativity, your art, your muse. That's fine. That's in October. And it will roll out for about 10 months. But this energy here dovetails so beautifully with relationship changes, and rare ones at that. Breakups and come togethers, both are true. With Mars in the marriage house, it is a difficult signature. I'm almost afraid to tell you what it is. I don't think I can say it here. I don't want to bum anybody out, but it can really be difficult for your partner in significant long-term love, whoever that person is. They might be going through a really difficult time. It may be really like they're being clobbered by some hardship in life as Mars resets in exaltation in Capricorn, and can impact someone you're in a long-term connection with. So you're just doing fine, and they're having, hell of coming, what is it? Come to Jesus moments, right? Something really challenging could be going on for them. And your partner is a general principle. There's specific ways to find the partner in your chart. But as a general principle, you can say that the partner is Capricorn, so therefore Saturn in your chart, right? And Saturn represents your partner. And so I'm sitting with what I'm about to say. Your partner could be having career calamities, really bad things going on in the career story, and really feeling, gack. Things aren't going so well with their career or their reputation. But also it could indicate things connected to, I'm going to go career and reputation, and vitality as well, their physical vitality. And so there's stuff that your person may be going through, and you're just going to have to breathe through it. I'm going to make another statement. If you're really an older person and you're with your partner, and that they've got some diagnosis, and their life may not be that much longer, something like that. That's only for you guys, right? And Mars in the 7th house, if it gives you clarity, can often be like the widow maker or the widower maker archetype. And so he's resetting that part of your chart. Now he resets that part of your chart not that very often, right? 1994, 1993 was back in the 70s as well. I don't have it handy, but in the late 70s or early 70s. So it's not that common. And so just have to give you guys a heads up. I'm sure some of you are going to criticize me for that, but if you're already in a relationship with an alien partner and that the diagnosis doesn't look good, I'm telling you, for those of you whom that makes sense, I have to iterate that for you. I'm a very realistic astrologer, unfortunately. Now, that's not a death sentence for anyone. No, it's not. Miracles happen. Miracles happen. Jupiter in your sign, looking at your marriage partner all the way through to June 30th. You are the miracle worker. You are the dispenser of good grace. You can pray for them. You can send them to the perfect healer. You're trying to be the Jupiter power up towards their health through until June 30th. So use your superpowers there. Well, that's what I've got for you. I'm going to pick a card. I meant to start with it, but I didn't. Everybody gets 2 cards. I think I'll leave them both now to the end. I'm recording this over several days and just after New Year's Eve kind of thing, New Year's. These cards do not. Carolyn misses archetypes. What is the archetype that you're living into this year? Okay. And it didn't feel right, but let's try it again. I don't think I tuned in. All right. I don't. Okay. This is a weird one. It's called the vampire. But if your partnership in love isn't working for you, or your business partners or your clients are draining you, that's all 7th house stories are being highly activated this year, right? All of that, especially with that triple conjunction. So it says, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So ask yourself, Is it a business partner? Is it a marriage partner? Is it a client audience marketplace person or people that you serve at the seventh house? The shadow of the vampire, depleting others for your own psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency, which is such a marriage story, isn't it? All right, that's what I got for you. I'll let you ponder that. And the second card I'm going to draw is for my little oracle that I created, the Awakened Dreamer Oracle, back in, I don't know, a decade ago for fun. And it was kind of meant to be an enlightenment card, right? Snail's pace. Okay, this makes sense to me. It's not a bad card. Snails move slowly, but effectively. Saturn is going to go into your career place. I told you to be patient because over the next 3 years, you're going to come to a new level of authority and mastery and success in your career. There is no two ways about it, but you cannot rush the process. It will fail you if you rush. Saturn is methodical, takes time. It's exceptionally good for reaching audience, marketplace, and clients, your eighth house over the next 3 years. He will help you do that. He's got your game on with you and increase your chunky money, residual income. What do you call that? Royalty income, ad income. Money from inheritances, like you could participate in that too, but everything happens at a snail's pace. All right. So there's no need to rush. All right. Thanks for listening, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Don't forget, in my description box is everything you need to know. On Substack, I'm unplugged. I can do whatever I want about world astrology and not be demonetized. And it's free over there. So subscribe. It's newsletters to your inbox. Number 2, over on Patreon, I teach classes. I'm creating a new tier in January. I've got 3 tiers already. Check it out. Come join me there. We do Zoom calls. In my community here, I've got a new join button, and you can get live streams with me. And I do put teaching content and controversial content out as well that I cannot safely do on this platform now. They've changed the monetization structure and made it much stricter. So my world astrology cannot be here anymore. I didn't know how bad it was going to be until I tried to monetize 10 world predictions for next year. It got clobbered no matter how many times I tried to edit it. So this platform is no longer useful for controversial topics, which is what all world astrology is. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.